If you've ever listened to Party For You by Charli XCX before, then you'll have immediately recognized that that was the first half of the bridge. It's undeniable that the entire song is incredibly well written. But the bridge is what really stuck out to me the first time I heard it. Since the song is especially well known for Charli's raw emotional vulnerability in her lyrics, it's even more surprising that the bridge is the part that really gives you goosebumps, since all she sings is the same line over and over again. Party on you. So what is it about the bridge that's so haunting yet beautiful? Here is a transcription of Party For You's bridge. Now, I know this looks pretty scary, so let's first boil it down. Although the song was originally written in the key of D-flat major, we'll transpose it down to C major to get rid of all the flats. Next, we notice that the fourth voice consistently sings the same melody over and over again, repeating in every measure with no variation. The other four voices build the harmonic backbone, so we can just reduce them to singular chords. And we end up with something like this. Now, I know this sounds nothing like the original song, but it's a lot easier to read and will be much easier to analyze. First, if we focus only on the chords, we notice a couple of things. In every voice, there is very little movement, if any at all. For example, the only difference between the first two chords is the F in the second voice going down one note and the D in the lowest voice going up one note. This creates a minimalist effect where a small change in any of the voices sounds a lot more dramatic. Next, we notice that the first chord is rather strange. While theoretically it just boils down to a simple D minor 7th chord, the fifth is a whole tone lower. So what we end up with is a D, a C, an F, and a G. Typically, an F played alongside a G doesn't sound very good. And neither does a D with a C, since the two notes are so close to one another. And that's exactly why Charli chose to use them. This dissonance in combination with the driving rhythm creates a restless tension that struggles to resolve throughout the entire bridge section. Even when the voices do temporarily resolve to a stable C major chord, the tension quickly returns in the next chord, where we find both a D and an E, two notes which are, once again, right next to each other. Charli creates this feeling of dissonance on purpose to represent the moment she realizes that the one person she threw her party for isn't actually going to come. Putting aside all of this dissonance, the general harmony is actually pretty straightforward. D minor 7 to C major to G major, which gives us a 2-1-5 chord progression. Given that the one chord is in the middle of the progression, and the fact that we never stay on it for too long, the bridge never manages to resolve, creating a sort of back-and-forth motion that perfectly represents Charli's desperate attempt at reconnecting with her lover, despite knowing that her feelings are completely one-sided. Although the theory behind Charli's music helps us understand her internal struggle with unrequited love, none of it would have been possible without the vocal effects used throughout the entire song. The main vocal effect used in the bridge is called vocoding, which essentially transforms harmonies sung by the human voice into synthesized melodies, creating a robotic-like texture. The result is that the song no longer sounds like Charli singing anymore. Instead, it sounds like a machine playing her voice. A subtle hint at how Charli has seemingly lost control over her own thoughts and feelings, all because of a party guest who never even shows up in the first place.